Welcome to South Aussie Shooting Channel. Today we are doing a review on the TJM Underbody protection I got from TJM at Nailsworth, and this is for the Prado 120 and Toyota FJ Cruiser 2011. This is the front one, putting it on a ARB bull bar, and that fits up with this one pretty good. So it comes with a 3-year warranty, and has the bolts and dimensions and torque settings for it, and tells you different socket sizes and torque settings. It's a 3mm steel. These are the fitting instructions, and then I'll go to the car after and tell you how I've put it on. So it has the unit and the part number, quantities, and here it's fitting both the underbody guard and the number. Fit underbody guard first as per underbody guard instructions. Has here some black and white pictures. I'll try and show you these. Basically this is the first step of taking your factory guards off with the 4 bolts that it has in there. Take that off. So this is just saying the arrow indicates the OE front underbody guard, which is to be removed and replaced. Step 2 is remove the front right OE fastener securing the OE front underbody guard in place. Repeat the process on the left hand side of the vehicle. Step 4, remove the rear right OE fastener securing the OE front underbody guard in place. Repeat this process on the left hand side of the vehicle and discard the front underbody guard. Up here, I'm pretty sure this is for the Toyota FJ Cruiser. These brackets that are here, I don't have any of those on my Prado, so it will be just a blank bar with the holes in it. The Step 7 is the OE front underbody guard reinforcing straps also need to be removed. Remove and retain the front and rear OE fasteners securing the reinforcing straps in place, so when you take the bolts out, keep them all to put your guard back in. Step 9 is to remove the intermediate OE fasteners securing the reinforcing straps in place. Discard the OE reinforcing straps and intermediate fasteners. After all the OE parts are removed, the 4 mounting positions for the TJM front underbody guard are now visible. Step 12 is to secure the TJM front body guard in place at the front fastening positions using the OE fasteners retained in step 8. Repeat the process for the left hand side of the vehicle. And 14 is to secure the front underbody guard in place using the rear fastening positions of OE, and repeat. Then it should be on. Ensure all the fasteners are fully tightened to the appropriate torque settings, and that the result fitting the guards, no vehicle components will crush or will chafe. And it has a bit of a gap in between the guards up here on my car, which you'll see has the vents for air circulation. And then we will move on to the middle protection. Comes with another set of instructions and a little bit more stuff about warranty and stuff on here, Australian standards, and only use the bolts and manufacturing points that it tells you to. This is for Prado 120 petrol and diesel and the FJ Cruiser 2011, and has all the bolts and torque settings. It says petrol version here, bit of a close up. These are very heavy 3mm steel, and this tells you which bolt goes in what hole, and oil drain plugs, and that is your front diff guard. Comes with the parts list here, item numbers, so if you're missing any of these parts you can ring them up and they'll send you some new stuff. Tells you how many quantity, so when you get everything out, it comes in packages. Make sure that you have all the bolts and everything before you install it. And you will need some jacks or buckets or something to put under to hold it up. You're going to need 2 or 3 people to help you fit this on. I did it myself and found it very difficult and almost fell on my head, so be safe. Good idea to wear safety glasses and stuff from dust getting into your eyes and stuff. Some gloves. So we'll get into the first step. Here is removing the middle guard. So if you've already removed everything, it will be easy, but if you haven't, undo the guard and remove and retain all the screws again like we did before. Repeat this process to the other side of the vehicle. Different sockets, you use a 12, 13, 14 or 15 socket, and we go to removing it all, discard the guards, and now here we have the little struts up on the side and the back and the rear. Undo these bolts, nothing will fall off or anything, it's just 4 bolts. Make sure you keep those on the same side. So remove and retain the fasteners securing the body brace to the rear cross member. Repeat this process on the left side of the vehicle. And loosening the OE fasteners securing the body brace to the right chassis rail, that will allow movement for the cross member brace to aid the fitment of the underbody guard. And repeat to the left side. So you take off the front and rear ones, keeping everything together, and then place the underbody guard in place using the previously removed OE fasteners in step 7. Fasten the underbody guard to the gearbox cross member. Ensure that the TJM sump is sandwiched between the body braces gearbox cross member. Repeat the process. So when you put the new plate up here, these brackets go over the 2 little long bolts that go in there. So you place the bolts up in there and just lightly tighten everything up. Because you will need to slide this up and down because the front needs to line up with the holes, and there's little holes in the cross member thing up here that need to be in the frame. That's where you need the jacks and stuff to be able to push it up, because the bolts weren't actually long enough for me, so it needs help. We got here 13 to secure the TJM sump guard in place at the front fastening positions using the OE fasteners retained in step 2. Repeat this process on the left side. There's 2 front ones that go up, they're hard to push in, so, and you will need to put some foam or something inside the actual socket set, because the bolts actually fall through and that doesn't give you enough lengthen the bolt to be able to twist them on either. Which are these things here. They're very difficult, and you need a lot of force to try and push that bolt up and hold the plate up at the same time. So secure the TJM stump guard in place. The center fastening positions using the M8 1.25 times 30mm hex bolts and two 10mm shroud washers and two M8 spring washers, 2 and M10 spacers, position spacers in the inside face of the TJM stump guard. I couldn't actually get the spacers in there because the bolts weren't long enough as well, so I didn't put the spacers in there. There were 2 spacers used on the front, I think, but not the rear. So here, placing the strap brace on there as well. Tighten the previously loosened fasteners in step 9 where the body brace is fastened to the chassis. Once everything's lined up, just tighten everything up. This is the underbody protection on that's now on. Those 2 bolts are done up, and there's 2 at the front. They're 2 different size bolts, and the holes are for the different sizes, so you can't get them mixed up. So ensure the fasteners are correctly tightened at appropriate torque settings, and as a result the fitting the guards to the vehicle components are not crushed or chafe. And it just says here, fitting both the underbody guard and the front guard. Refer to the fitting of the underbody guards as per fitting instructions supplied with underbody guard. So this front one will have to go on sort of first or at the same time, and hold the using the jack to hold the force of the front of this up, and having the other one underneath that will help. And these are the front screws, and following the fitment of the FUG for further reinforcement between the 2 guards, fasten the M10 times 1.25 by 25 2 M10 spring washers, 10 shroud washer and captive nut in the underbody guard. Ensure all the fasteners are fully tightened to the appropriate torque settings, and that the result fitting guards no vehicle components are crushed or will chafe. And these hold the 2 together, and it should be on. So we'll go outside, have a look at the actual guard, and you'll be able to see what I've done. Okay, we're outside. This is the front of the TJM guard. There is a gap here, as you can see. There is the ARB plate up here as well. Had to be modified a bit to be able to fit in with the normal screws that go under here. There's the vents. Up here, the bolts. Under here, we have the front. These will actually save you from damaging the plate under the bottom here. It will rough up this area, protects the bolt. Under here, the TJM, nice little logo that's extended out, so then it protects the front diff. Has the bolts underneath here as well. Make sure this plate and that plate you can see are 2 different. So this one has to go underneath and that one go over. and they both bolt up here. You have the sump plug under the bottom, easy access, and it goes all the way down the back. There's some more holes there. We'll go over the other side. You can see here, these are the bolts you take off, put it back over, goes up here in the same place, holds everything up. Has the exhaust here, stops just before. Other little holes, dirty under there. It's very nice and neat, and as you can see there, those are hard to get in at the front there, and needs a lot of force. So those bolts under a lot of tension from the weight, and there's no other protection up here other than the factory torque converter, and everything else should be good. And thanks for watching. Subscribe.